to give gifts. I wonder why it's called White Day. You got to give them lilies. In the end of the day, it's all corporate bullshit anyways, but hey, at least this way you know that your girl got you, so you can think twice about what you want to get her. Take care, Freckles. Love your stuff. Yeah, you know what's great too, which is really smart, is that they have the women celebrate the guys first. Okay, because God knows if we celebrated them first, their selfish asses would get us fucking anything. So they are basically, their incentive is to treat you like a king so you don't fuck them over a month later. That's fantastic. Hey, shout out to South Korea. Hey, you know what? Shout out to North Korea too, if you're listening. I don't give a fuck about any of that shit. I look at leaders as like independents, and then I look at the people as something else, you know? I mean, look at who we got right now. We literally have a guy who fucking, he can't even ride a bicycle. It is a lying, like such a lying sack of shit. It's like fucking, it goes into like, he like lies so much, you're almost like, is this guy has to believe these lies. They're so fucking crazy. You seen that clip of him? He's like, I have you know I graduated the top of my class. I fucking saved a bunch of people from a burning bill. He fucking just went off about himself. And it was all lies. And if you watch the confidence that he delivered this fucking message, I mean, unless he did some massive change of heart. Because he was well into like his 50s when he was doing that. So you're kind of who you are, right? I don't know. I like to think I'm still changing. You know? Trying to peel off another layer of the onion. Remember when Madonna she used to always say that, justify, you know, where her titties were out. Whatever the fuck it was she was doing. I actually am a big fan of Madonna, you know? I like that song. I think we're alone now. Doesn't seem to be anyone around. And of course her biggest hit, oh, Mickey, you're so fine, you blow my mind. Hey, Mickey. Hey, Mickey. Borderline. That was my favorite. He's like, I'm going to lose my mind. The 80s, man, it was the greatest decade ever. Fucking kids today, you know, with your fucking youth, and your whole life's ahead of you. Fucking assholes. I have to find that Gen X video, and I gotta. Do you, Bill? At 54, you really have to go find an Instagram post and comment on it, you fucking loser? You're right, I don't. I need to Get a Life. One of the greatest underrated sitcoms of all time. Get a Life with Chris Elliott. Back in the 90s, man. You guys missed it, man. We went from ABC, NBC, CBS to Fox and WB. They had 2 new networks. You have no idea what a big deal it was. All right, Ohio. For the record, I downloaded the new Yachty album. Lil Yachty, as opposed to Big Yachty. Lil Yachty. You know? He's being smart with this money. I was kind of with the album until the woman goes, hey, why don't you get over and bust this pussy wide open? I will tell you, I gotta be open. What is funny is this when young people talk about sex. It always reminds me of my drummer, Frank Shushan, my drum teacher, right? Frank Shushan, the last of the great Armenian trap drummers. He used to tell me, he was in his 70s and I was in my 20s. He was telling me these stories of stuff he did back in the day, and my jaw was on the ground. And he just laughed and he goes, let me tell you something, kid. Every generation thinks they're the first generation to fuck. Which is why when I listen to like that overtly like sexual fucking lyrics and stuff, I don't know, you just sit there going like, all right. So this is like, I guess this was considered shocking in my generation too. We thought we were shocking older people. And now I realize that older people were listening to the song going like, yeah, I've done all of that and then some. Except for the religious prudes. Yeah, you guys missed it, man. You missed the 80s. Yeah, go read up on the PMRC, man. They try to take our fucking music away. The great D. Snyder went up in front of the fucking... I don't know what it was. It was a bunch of old guys in suits. And he made a point that he flipped his fucking hair to let them know Generation X was in the fucking house. You mumble rap sons of bitches. You don't know what it was like. All right. I will tell you what was better in the 90s. Baseball. Oh my God, the fucking steroids 90s. I mean, that was something. I mean, you guys can have your Marvel movies. I'll take the 1998 baseball season. All right, Ohio. Hey, Bill, haven't heard you mention the Ohio train derailment? Oh, it's because I don't watch the news. I saw a little bit of that. Yeah, there was chemicals and stuff, right? The effects have been catastrophic to the environment. The railway needs upgrading, and the deregulation from the current and former administration has made it impossible for money and attention to fix our infrastructure problems. That's weird, because that would create jobs. It would make whoever was in office look good, right? Anyway, there was a railway strike happened a few months ago. But Grandpa Joe crushed the strike because no one gives a fuck nationally about overworked railroad workers. It seemed cliche, but $100 billion in blank checks to fight a proxy war in the Ukraine, but they didn't bother to send any help for cleanup to our own citizens. Sir, just out of curiosity, are you noticing a theme yet? When they send that money over there to the Ukraine and all of that, like the Ukraine has to pay us back. We don't just fucking give them the money. We're getting them in debt to us, and then they have to pay us back, and the corporations get paid and all of that shit. It's that Confessions of an Economic Hitman bullshit. But if you notice here, you know, Hurricane Katrina, they just let those people fucking drown. They didn't give a fuck. There was no fresh water. Down in Mississippi, no fresh water. Go fuck yourself. You guys out there with your, dealing with chemicals, go fuck yourselves and fuck all your future health problems. They don't give a shit. And all they do is act like, Democrats don't give a fuck about you because we're Republicans and we give a shit about you. And then Democrats go, no, we give a fuck about you. The Republicans don't give a fuck about you. And meanwhile, neither one of them gives a fuck about you. They don't get paid enough money. It's not financially in their best interest to give a fuck about you. It's financially in their best interest to serve super, super fucking rich people. And that's what they do. All right? On both sides. So anyway, the water is unsafe to drink, but officials are saying it's fine. There was a mushroom cloud of black smoke over the wreck after they intentionally detonated the chemicals to expedite the clearing of the railway to allow trains to keep running. It was a stupid and careless decision. To top it all off, there are bitches on TV saying that because Ohio had leaned, as you would say, a cunt hair towards Trump, that we deserve what was coming. Please tell me who said that. Politicizing an issue that has the children of a town exposed to known carcinogens is inexcusable. Absolutely it is. Dude, out here in the valley, they had a nuclear test site that they never cleaned up. And to this day, people are still getting sick. They just don't. We are all expecting it to them. All right? There would be a flame under their ass to save, let's just say it's affecting 10,000 people. If those were the last 10,000 people in this country, there would be a fire under their ass to save them because they don't want to dig their own ditches or fight their fucking wars that they start. All right? But what this is going to affect is an expendable amount of people in their fucking world. That's how cold and inhuman they are, regardless of the color of tie that they wear. And Fox News and CNN doesn't give a fuck other than blaming one side or the other for the problem. But they don't give a fuck about you. They don't give a fuck about